startup founders and my hiring managers. Hiring on Vibe is not leadership, it's laziness dressed up as intuition. And it's one of the fastest ways to burn through millions of dollars and hours of your time. So in this video, I'll show why Vibe hiring is a trap and what to do instead so you don't gamble on your company's future. I'm going to cover three things: the hidden biases in Vibe hiring, a real world case study from YouTube's own mistakes, and a practical system to help you replace using your gut with better judgment. So let's dive in. This was inspired because recently I saw a Series C founder. This person has raised millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And they said this: sometimes you feel the pressure to not hire the first person you interview. I didn't disagree with him there. But then he said, but sometimes it just feels right. And you don't need to be exhaustive. You just need to be right. Now, when people with clout say things like this and others copy it, what spreads? Poor hiring practices, biases, right? Masquerading as wisdom, or vibe hiring, as they like to call it. Now, when you hire on gut feel, hidden bias is the number one thing that comes up. What you're really doing is hiring people who look like you, who think like you, who make you feel warm and comfortable. But that's not instinct, it's implicit bias. And it's why so many founding teams end up with blind spots, end up with products that don't make product market fit, losing runway, right? I'm all for using your intuition, right? Use your intuition, but use your intuition as a data point. Don't make a decision with your gut and your intuition. Think about it. How many times have you heard a manager, or maybe you as a founder, say, I like their energy. They spoke really well. It just felt right. I feel like they were a real self-starter, a real go-getter, right? That's not a hiring system. That's confirmation bias in disguise. So the example I want to share with you is YouTube. And I always share this example with hiring managers who might disagree with me or just don't get it. YouTube discovered early on, when they first created their mobile app, that 5 to 10% of all of their mobile uploads came in upside down. And they couldn't find the bug. Why is that? Well, all of their designers were right-handed. Nobody considered left-handed users. That blind spot hurt the product for a little bit because the team lacked perspective. So what happens when everybody on your team thinks the same? Everybody on your team looks the same. What does that mean for your customers if all of the people on your engineering team are men, right? That's the same trap that vibe hiring creates. Teams that miss what's obvious until it costs them a lot of money and a lot of time. So the fix is stop betting on vibes. And I'm doing my best to stop spreading these lies, because you need to start building a structured hiring system. So that means define the role and clear business outcomes. Hires solve problems. What problems will this person solve in the first 3 months, 6 months, in the first year? Not vibes, right? Use a scorecard to evaluate it consistently. Do your best consistently to ask the same questions. Not that you can't adjust your questions based on what you learn. If you ask everybody different questions, you're not going to get a consistent result. And if you can, bring in 1 to 2 other interviewers or people that you trust with a diverse perspective and a different perspective of your own. This doesn't kill intuition. It channels it through a system that protects you from bias. Because when you're saying it feels right, you're saying you have a feeling about this person that you haven't been able to articulate yet. So let's stop vibe hiring and let's do the work to articulate what those feelings are so that we can hire successful teams that we're proud of. And if you're serious about avoiding million-dollar hiring mistakes and you want to ditch the vibe hiring and replace it with a system you can trust, then watch the masterclass below. I got a blueprint on exactly how to do this and some examples of hiring managers and other founders that I've helped. So hope that was useful. See you in the next one. And please, whatever you do, stop vibe hiring. Peace.